Sorry about the headache. That did not work as I planned. All right. So this is a Dothack block. Welcome to the block world, Dothack block, kite. And if the camera could focus, it says HBN001 over 600 pieces. And then I guess this is the dimensions, and it shows the instruction manual, and it shows the little postcards in the back that you would use to display your completed project. Right here they show the book as the base plate, and then they show one of the postcards in the back, and they show the block right here. Let me see if I can turn the light off. Well, that really didn't help. Let's turn it back on and turn it down. All right, so right there is the completed units. This block right here does have 3 other forms you can make, and it does have enough pieces to make a grunty. Now this one I found recently on the June 3rd, 2026 unboxing video. This was like $5 over in Japan. I bought one years ago right here. This one was not $5. I think this was like closer to 10 to 15. But this condition is a lot better. This one was just a little bit much more worn, as you can see, all the way around. This is how the condition was. But the previous owner obviously did not assemble it. At least I hope not. And if they, oh wait, no. Looks like they did start. Well, shoot. Might have to compare. So I don't know. I don't know how far they got, but we'll find out. So anywho, so these are the postcards, little placards you just put right behind as a backdrop, whether it's Mecha New, or it's just kites, or this little hexagon with the little block patterns with the actual completed unit there with the grunty. And then this is the instruction manual. Now this instruction manual I have scanned. It is on archive.org. If you go look up Dothack Network on archive.org, you'll have access to this manual so you can see for yourself as a PDF file. But they do have instructions for Type A, which is this one right here, where he's holding the amateur blades up and down. Type B, where he has both amateur blades pointing down, and then Type C, where he has no weapons being held. In addition to that, there is the grunty. And this right here is a pedestal. And the pedestal is used to hold up the little placard, the little postcard that's in the back. And this is some kind of instruction manual. Might be a correction about these specific pieces. I haven't translated the manual, so if anyone's willing to do that. Again, this manual has been uploaded to archive.org. Look up Dothack Network, and you'll find it. And it looks like they actually had one. I just realized that down here. cc2.co.jp, cc2store/data/hack_block_kite.pdf. I'm not sure if that's still available, but I'll take a look at that later. But here we are. Now, obviously, someone had already started this, but they never finished it. So let's see if it's all here, and then maybe we can have it on display. All right. So here's the pieces they've completed. And boy, are these tiny. Like this little piece right here. And I just lost it. All right. So let's take a look and see. Where do we begin? I'm going to go ahead and take these apart. And I certainly hope I don't lose many of these pieces. I used to build Legos with my kids. And the one thing I like to do, even though the bags come in like A, B, C, D, I like to group, once you open one bag at a time, I like to group them by color. Make things easier to find. Gotta tell you, this is so small. Kinda need some small hands to build this. Maybe even tweezers. Holy crap. All right, let's see what we need to begin. So here they have, it's a 2x4, and you need 2 of them. A 1x2, you need 14. 2x4, you need 12. A 1x2, 2x4, and another 2x4. For example, the white 2x4 is this one. The black 2x4 is this one. The red 2x4 is this one. And then the brown 2x4. Oh crap, I just shot one somewhere. And that's what a black 2x4 looks like. Alright, so let's get started. We need 2 white ones. And I don't know if you can see the difference, but these 2 light color ones are different colors. This one's white. This one's like cream. All right. So the instructions say we need 12 of these black ones. Gonna have to go find that one piece later on. Is there a particular orientation they need to be? Maybe. All right. So those are that way. I guess we're using 2x1s right there. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Okay. And then a brown piece. And then a black piece is going to overlap. And then we do the same on the other side. Gotta get these 2x1s. One there. Oh man, I really wish I had small hands. And one there. And the brown piece. I wish I had one of my kids do this instead. All right. So that's step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going on to step 5. Oh boy. What the heck am I looking at? So it looks like they have these pieces lined up. How many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, crap. 1, 2. Oh, they're going the other way. Only the white one's going this way. 1, 2. That's strange. So these are going there. Let me get another black piece. These are going here, but then it looks like only one is going sideways, and then another white piece. And then 2 black pieces at the end on each side. Now, I have a magnifying glass. Unfortunately, it's been used to hold up the camera right now. But that would definitely be very useful right about now. Okay. One there. One there. And one over here. And one over here. I'm going to go get some tweezers. Be right back. Okay, this should make things a lot easier, maybe. Maybe not. Whatever. So that's going to go there. And then they want the red pieces to go across. So the red pieces are going to go across the black pieces here, but the 2 black ends are going to go right on top of the edge of the white. And then the 2 blacks on this platform are going to go on the brown. So let's just do that first, because I don't see any time better to do that. Now, maybe that's why the person who previously owned this sold it. Maybe they got frustrated. That's how small this is. Now, one of the reasons I scanned the manual and uploaded it to archive.org, not only just because, just to preservation purposes, but also to see, maybe, if this can be recreated in Legos. Alright, I just lost a black piece. No? Yes. Alright. So the white piece there, and then these black ones are going to go across, like so. But then we're going to do another 1x2 black right on top of the white. Nope, nope, there. Okay. So that way, oh, So that way it's going to make a stair kind of on the edge. But then there's red pieces going across. One there. One there. Remember, this is supposed to be his feet and pants. This set came out in 2015, I believe. Yeah, August 14th, 2015, 11 years ago. This came out at Comiket 88 in Japan. Okay, so then we have more red ones. And unfortunately, they never did any others. The model number is HBN001. Hack block, maybe? I don't know what the N stands for. And then 001. It's too bad they didn't have like a 002, maybe Black Rose. Somebody. Alright, so we're going to do black here. Black here. Oh no! No! It's falling apart! No! These pieces, they're so small, they're hard to keep together. They don't have that tensile strength that Lego has. They just slip right out. Okay. And then one black is going to go across, but where'd that white go? There. Yeah, probably gonna go find some Legos of these colors and do it that way instead of these so tiny pieces. Now, if you're the previous owner of this set and you're watching this video, I don't envy you. Okay. Nope. Wait. There. Nope. Yeah. There. All right. And then black on top of the white there. Yeah, sure. That one. Okay. And black on top of that one. And then a red one goes sideways? No. Because, no, wait. Shoot. Did I miss something? Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, and one going sideways. But then they have 3 red ones going all the way across. Which would look like this. Crap. Maybe the difficulty of this is the reason why they never did a second one. Okay. Let me get my bearings again. See, that doesn't make sense. Oh, I see. Okay. One step forward, two steps back. Come on. Okay. Nope. Nope. Just a whole bunch of nope. I am really tempted to get some super glue right about now. These Lego knockoffs, they have no strength whatsoever. They just fall right out. Oh, come on. See, it just pops out on its own. Like I'm not touching it. And I'm still on step, what, 5 of page 1? Okay. What can I do to keep these pieces together besides super glue? I'm squeezing the life out of it. And then I just lightly tap it and sometimes they just fall apart. Like so. I am not getting anywhere with this, guys. I am gonna beat my head up against a wall. Yeah, but the thing is, these things are so tiny. Okay, let's see if we can go higher. Where did this black piece come from? Did it not stay in? Well, I can feel it getting in. That's not the problem. They just kind of just jump out of their own after a while. They don't seat very well. Okay. Don't move. It moved. Didn't even touch it. Oh. Stay. Oh no, it's not 3. It's only 2. And it's brown. And then it's black. I gotta tell you, I'd rather be grinding virus cores than doing this. Alright. Come on. This is ridiculous. Stay. Just stay. Alright? Stay. Alright, so we are about 27 minutes into this, and I'm barely getting done with page 1. See how long it stays like that. So yes, we did the feet, and then the base of his pants here. Now we're going on to page 2. And then they give you a little cutout of what the area you're working on is the part that's highlighted in the window. So like this window right here was just the pants. This window here is the torso and the face. All right. Not sure what we're going to do about that. Kind of wish I had like a little aerosol adhesive just spray on it so it'd stay together. Yeah, go ahead and ask any questions. As long as it's Dothack related, I'll do my best. Getting through this somehow. Alright, where is step 1? Alright, so step 1 is down here. And then it's 2, 3, 4. And over here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the body, and then this is the head. And I'm just hoping that that doesn't pop out on its own. Let's see if I can move that. There. All right. All right. For this one, I'm gonna need a black one. That is a black 2x4. And then a brown one, 2x4. And then 2 1x2s, yellow. Come here, you. Ah, can't get it. There. And then a brown 2x4. And then 2x4 black. Okay. So let's put those there, that there, there, here, and here. Okay. So step 2 is a black 2x4. And then 2 whites, 1x2s. I'll have to break those apart. That'd be worse than a 2x1, a 1x1. Do you have any tips for new players to level quicker? We've been playing a couple hours now and only are about level 2.5. So when you're playing online mode, here's the tip. Everyone fights, no one quits. And what I mean by that is when you're playing Fragment, if you don't hit an enemy while in a party, there is no EXP share. You have to participate in order to get any experience while in online mode. Whereas when you're playing offline mode in Dothack Fragment, you don't have to fight one bit. You can have your NPC party do all the fighting for you and you reap all the experience points. So grinding in online mode is much more grindier than you would be playing in offline mode. But thankfully your character is interchangeable between offline and online mode. So you can go online mode to participate with your friends to find rare items. And you can do offline mode to level up quicker. That's my recommendation. Oh, come on, really? I'm really not liking these 2x1 pieces. Do you think they'll ever sort the licensing out around and do a GU re-release with proper audio? Well, the game license has never been a problem. Are you referring to maybe like the animes? Because the licensing with Bandai of America is still valid. Now, the licensing for any anime right now previously was part of Bandai Entertainment. Then it switched to Funimation. And Funimation, as far as I know, still has the rights to the licensing of Dothack in North America. But as for printed material like the mangas, now those licensing did expire. When Tokyo Pop filed for bankruptcy, they forfeited their licenses with Kadokawa. Kadokawa is the Japanese publisher for any Dothack print. Speaking of GU, why did they remove that NPC team name with the contest winners from the original release? I don't remember any contest winners. I know that there's a super mod team. They were the moderators on the Dothack GU forums. They were part of the game and the PS2 release, but then when the last recode came around, they weren't added back in. They went with generic names. I think there was a contest though. I don't know what the name was, if there was, but one of the super mod team members, they found someone that was able to patch in the name back in. So there is a patch for Dothack GU last recode to have the super mod team back in. I don't remember if there was an actual contest winner name. Anywho, let's see here. Where are we at? We are at step 1. That's step 2, right? Yep. Step 3. I mean, I feel like there was a contest through Ultimate Corporation. I feel like there's a sweepstakes, and one of the prizes where your name would be included in the game, but I don't remember if that ever did happen and what the character name was. I mean, I can look it up. I have that website saved and see what the sweepstakes was. But let's get through this step first, and then I'll take a look at that. Oh boy. Okay, so it looks like all these steps are going to be just vertical, thankfully. Wait, no. It's not many of them cross each other. That's going to be a problem. Yeah, the super mod team for the arena at the Demon Palace, Sage Palace, the come on, I'll put this down. They worked for the Dothack GU forums, the North American one. Ichi was one of the team members. And when Ichi was never contacted about having their name reused in the remake, he set out to find a way to patch the game. And he got in contact with someone who was able to make it happen. The first part was trying to find out where in the game files the names were stored. I believe I was able to help direct him to someone who could find it. I mean, the file is pretty easy to find now. You can use that file and pretty much rename anything in the game. But that same file was used by a Brazilian group who wanted to translate the game to Portuguese. They were called Transcene. They were able to patch Dothack GU Last Recode Remake into Portuguese. And so now there's a Portuguese subtitled version for Dothack GU Last Recode. Their Portuguese release, I believe it works for not just Steam, but also the Nintendo Switch version. I don't know about the PS5 version. I don't remember that being part of it. Okay. Wait, what? Oh crap, really? Well, so far these pieces are sticking now that I'm not crossing anything. Now the problem is, it's all these small pieces. And they're just like 4 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then the other problem I'm seeing here is these little, I don't know what you call them, but when you make Gundam models, when you snap them off these little things, they sometimes leave little nibs behind. And usually you want to sand them down. You can usually get around that by having some good cutters. But sometimes you kind of have to, uh-oh, I just lost a piece. Sometimes you have to sand them down. Alright, I just lost a red one. Maybe this was it? Okay. Alright. And because those nibs stick out, it makes it harder for them to stay compact. And as a result, when you do pieces that go across, they're not going to stick very well. Is there really not that many pieces going across? Holy crap. That's going to be a problem. Okay, so I've done this row. I've done this row. I'm currently on this part right here. And we're finally getting to our one piece that crosses over. Wait. No, I'm not. Am I? No. Am I? Kind of. All right. Okay, I feel like I missed something here. Black, red, brown. Okay, no, it's not. Gotta do black and then yellow. So now we're on this step, which is 2 reds, 1, 2, 1 brown, and then a row of red, and I just lost a piece. Okay, and a row of yellows. Okay. Okay, something's wrong here. Red, brown. What am I missing? Oh, it's a row of black. Okay, and then it's the yellow across. Let's start with the white. Nope, those aren't white. Okay, these go across, thankfully. This one goes down here. And this one goes down there. And this attaches that section. Will stay together. All right. They're really having a hard time staying together. Mostly because of those little burrs that are sticking out. All right. So that would go there at some point. Next up is the face. But before we do that, let's take a look at that sweepstakes real quick. Alrighty, I put that under the website, Ultimate Corporation. Dothack.com, GU, sweepstakes, entry form. All right, so there were several sweepstakes. One of them was enter the Dothack Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes and win. Let's see if I can put this on screen for you guys. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So this is the website back in, I don't remember, 2006, 2007? Somewhere about there. Okay. So on this website, back in 2006, enter the Dothack Ultimate Fan Sweepstakes and win. Download, print, and send an entry form below, and you could win the Ultimate Dothack Collection. Prizes include a huge character standee of Triedge, Haseo, Ovan, Pi, or Skeeth. The original Dothack games that started it all. A copy of Dothack GU Volume 1 Rebirth Special Edition. A Dothack GU Volume 1 Rebirth Strategy Guide, and a Dothack t-shirt. So the rules were eligibility, how to enter, prizes. I don't remember if this was the one or not that had the character. I don't believe it did. Winner selection and notification, conditions of participation and releases, privacy policy, and prize winner list. For the list of prize winners available after February 15, 2007, or a copy of the official rules, mail a self-addressed stamp envelope to Namco Bandai Games America. So if you're reporting and you wanted a list of the winners, you could have sent a mail before March 31st, 2007 to get a list of names of the people who won the contest to, prove that the event was legitimate. And then this was the form. You would put your name, email, street, city, state, zip, age, gender, and then check if you want to receive Dothack related emails. And if you do not wish to receive emails, and then answer these questions. I've heard about Dothack GU from online ads, Dothack.com, magazine ads, friends. I would rather rate Dothack GU Volume 1 Rebirth as excellent, very good, good, okay, somewhat okay. My favorite Dothack game so far is Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, Quarantine, or Rebirth. Where did you pick up Dothack GU Volume 1 Rebirth? GameStop, BB Games, Game Crazy, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, didn't buy it yet. And are you planning on buying Dothack GU Volume 2, yes or no? Now, this contest was aimed at those in North America. This was not intended for those in other countries. And then I think there was another contest. Because they had challenges. Okay, yeah, there was one. It wasn't on the GU form. It was on the ultimatecorp.com website. If you saved 999,999 GP on the website, there were 15 in stock. You had to be level 39 or higher to claim this item. So once again, it wasn't related to this competition. It was related to the Ultimate Corp website one. I don't have a copy of that website. Not that one. It was this one. And unfortunately, I didn't save a good archive of it. So a lot of the style's broken. Yeah, it's not on here. No. But anyway, top members, they would gain GP by participating on the website. So the more you participated on the website, the more you could earn GP, and then your level also went up. And like I said, you had to have a 999,999 GP, and you had to be level 39 or higher on the website. So if you met those two conditions, there were 15 spots where you, just Joe anybody or Jane anyone that wasn't working for the Dothack GU forums, you could have won a chance to be an NPC in a Dothack GU Volume 3. Click here for your chance to have a character named after you in Dothack GU Volume 3 Redemption. So yes, to answer your question, there was an opportunity to become an NPC. If I remember right, Guy was the guy who owned or created Dothack Wiki. There was a incident between them and .hackers.net. Back then, I was just a normal user. So I don't know the details, unfortunately. All right. So back on page 2, step number 1 again. There's 2 sets of ones for whatever reason. We have a red piece, another red piece, and then we have this skin tone color. I think it's this one. So it looks different from that white. And I need another there. And then a 2x4 black here. And then one of those 2x4 skin color ones. And then some red ones again. What logo would you choose for .hack? Well, depends really. Before we heard about Dothack GU, most of us referred to .hack with the ultimate logo, which was a hexagon of different little fan blades, spades, triangles that they made up the hexagon space. So I would say a lot of us back then would have considered the ultimate logo to be representative of .hack. Hexagons in general also do. But then when Dothack GU came out, then everything went towards the triad symbol. Most people associate triad symbol with .hack at that point. And now modern days, I don't know. What would be logo representative of .hack? All right. Oh, wait, yes. Actually, this might be the piece that someone already started. That might be his eye right there. Should I reuse this? I feel like I should. Let's see. Okay. Please don't fly. Okay. Do not make this easy. And I just lost it. Great. Apparently I lost a few already. Okay. So I'm guessing the red pieces on this face right here are supposed to be the little triangles on Haseo's, or not, sorry, on Kite's face right here that I'm pointing to. That this little red piece right here is supposed to be the wave mark. Because I got two of them right here on the side of his mouth. You can see right here. The black is supposed to be his mouth, so the red on the corner is supposed to be the wave mark that you see. Put that there. I'm not sure what this white part's supposed to be, though. I mean, you could see it on the box. There's a white above the red. So right here is the mouth. And then to next to that is red. Maybe, maybe it could be his collar, maybe? Maybe it's not his face mark. Maybe it's just a collar coming up. I don't know. It's definitely not his eye. I don't know what that could be. Alright, so we got the red there. This black is supposed to be beside it. And why do I have this piece? It's supposed to be another row of this. Come on, get in there. 1 and 2. Okay. Right there. And then a row of black. All right. Nope. Wait. Darn. Come on. No. Is that 2-step or 1 step forward, 2 steps back again? Okay. Let's do this. Let me pull up. Cyber Connect 2. Dothack block. And then let's set this to manual. There we go. Gonna put this on the corner here. Oh, you guys are easier to see it. What is the key? Nope, that's not the key. What did I use as the hotkey? Oh, mouse 4 and 5. Okay. That could be a problem. Let's just cut out the left. Okay. There we go. Now you guys can see where I'm at. All right. So now we are here. So that is steps 1 and 2. Okay, we do that. Trim that. And then trim. Trim that. And then we'll just move this over. Okay. Right about that should do it. So right now we've done this step and this step. Now we're moving on to this step. And that step is going to need some black ones, 2x1s there. It's going to need some skin color. 1. And the small 2x1s here. And here. And then 2 more of these pieces. All right, let's get started. So the blacks go on top of here. Oh no. Okay, got it. Skin tone here. It's so hard to hold on to these pieces. Even with the tweezers, it doesn't really help that much. And it popped out, and it fell. That piece does not want to stay in there. Okay. And then I need a row of 2x1 blacks. This is for his other eye. And I just lost one. And I just lost the previous one. All right. Boy. Nope. There. Okay. There. So that's supposed to be his eyes, his mouth, and his wave tattoos, I assume. All right. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now we're on step 4 up here. Step 4 uses... Is that black or is that brown? Looks like black. Oh, it's part of his eye still. Okay. And just one piece. And apparently Kite has green hair now. This green piece is supposed to be his hair color. Okay. And then for his other eye. All right. Then a skin tone. And then hair again. And then brown for the outline of his hat. So the videos of the Dothack fragment that had a darker user interface, that was a custom made version when the early days of the English translation began. That was done by a team called Coldbird. They were the ones who started the English translations way back in the early 2010s. Unfortunately, they didn't get very far with the English translations, mainly because they first had to reverse engineer the online servers. That was their primary goal. If we can get that started, then we'll work on English translations later. All they did was focus on the English translations for the user interface mostly. Most of the story was not translated. Most of the keywords weren't translated. Most of the items weren't translated. But like I said, the main point was to get reverse engineering going. And then from there, after Coldbird's team shut down, I believe around 2017, it shifted over to a different team who focused more on the translations. But they did not use Coldbird's modified ISO file. They went straight to looking at vanilla. So when they translated Dothack Fragment in its entirety for English, they only used the vanilla. And with that, became with the vanilla user interface, the blue screens that you see in Dothack Infection Mutation Outbreak Quarantine. They did not use the GU modified layout. And that was partly because of a request by one of the former staff members from Coldbird's team. They said you can use our reverse engineering because it was on GitHub. It was under a free license, but you cannot use our ISO file. That was the terms. And that's why the modern fragment players do not use the modified ISO because one, it's at best maybe up to 20% translated. And then the only benefit you're really getting is the GU interface style. And the IP address that version connects to no longer is available. That IP address went to a Coldbird's lobby server, and that server has been shut down since 2017. All right, so now we're done with the eyes. Now we're doing the forehead. Uh-oh. Yep, that is a solid green piece somewhere, and they have not cut that out yet. And it's not on the stick. Uh-oh. That could be our first problem. Or wait. Oh, I see. Down here at the bottom, they're using the green one sideways. I thought it was a 2x4. I wonder if part of the reason why this thing keeps popping out is because the burrs that are left over by when snapping them off. Oops. So when you snap off one of these pieces, there's burrs that it leaves behind. Where'd my tweezers go? That's strange. Oh, there. So when you snap off a piece, the little plastic that connects this to the stem sometimes leaves little burrs behind on the individual pieces. And with that, I think that might be causing some friction issues, which keeps it from seating properly. And so at this point, I feel like you really need to sand down every individual piece. And that could be a problem considering how tiny these things are. So with the new team, do we know if they're doing anything like other private server games where they make custom boss events? No. The current team is pretty much done with Fragments. The goal was to get it pretty much the way it was back in 2006. Or sorry, 2005? Yeah, 2005, 2006. That was the goal, just to have it in English, operational, and all the features that were available in the system to be the way it was as if you were playing back then, 20 plus years ago. But additional custom stuff, no. Their goal is not to do any of that. I know some people who were working on it. I have not heard. These were not related to the teams. These are other people, users who popped in. And I've seen them do some custom stuff, but I have not heard from them in a long time. So I probably wouldn't bet on anything showing up anytime soon. And then, yes, green. Now, Fragment does have the area server. The area server is you, the players, get to make your own custom servers for players to play on. You can make your own custom fields, make your own custom dungeons. You can customize it to an extent. It's still, oh, nail file, that's a good idea. You can customize it to an extent, but not really get real nitty gritty. You're locked into the limitations of the software. And remember, Dothack Fragment was made in a time when people still had dial-up modems back in 2005, 2006. This was on PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 did not have a unified online connectivity like PS3 did. So when the developers made Dothack Fragment, there wasn't really much experience for them, I would say. And then on top of experience, not much tools available to make, a more massive online road. Oh, come on, really? When I push down on it, it's popping up. And I'm not sure what's causing that. Is it the green piece or is it the brown piece? Or is it the skin color piece? Or is it the fact that I'm bridging 4 individual 2x1s? Oh, come on. Would I think? I mean, I know they could. There's really nothing stopping them. That I know of it, that I can think of at least. Bandai still owns Dothack. Bandai of Japan and Bandai of Japan, they all still exist. They all still own the rights to Dothack. And they have CyberConnect 2 working for them on Dothack games and non-Dothack games. So why hasn't Bandai of Japan and America done anything? I don't know. They don't want to take the risks, I would assume. I mean, it's been 30 years and we're finally getting a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake finally, so never say never. I mean, a lot of people who wrote off Dothack as a dead series, they were proven wrong this year with Dothack 0 being announced, so anything's possible if you just wait long enough. Original titles, a commercial failure? No, they weren't. There was a sales report by Bandai. I have the PDF for that. It's on dothack.org if you want to take a look at it. It said that they sold overwhelmingly more than they expected. And the report gives you the sales numbers. It was like 1.7 million, I believe, units sold worldwide. I don't have any sales for GU though. The only sales I have is for MLQ. Where the heck did I drop that now? Dothack Link was the beginning of the end of localizations for Dothack. Link wasn't bad. It just didn't have the option to go worldwide. It was only sold domestically in Japan. I mean, despite being a handheld console game, it's still, as far as I can know, performed pretty well. Okay, that is the end of this column right here. So now we have these three pieces. All right, finally, page 3. Crap. They do not make this easy to build. So now we're doing, looks like the left hand with the amateur blade in his hand. So let's begin with, what is this? 2 black pieces. Wait, where are we at? No. Okay, so this portion's his hand, this portion's the blade. It looks like you put this stack on top of this stack. So you're looking at, there's the blade, and then there's the hand for these 2 individual instructions. So where should we begin? Oh, okay. That makes it easier. We're starting here at number 1. Let's turn the page on screen. There it is. No, wait, that's the other hand. Make sure when you're playing Dothack, any of the PS2 games, Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, Quarantine, Fragment, and the GU games, always make backup copies of your memory cards and do the 3-2-1 rule, where you make 3 backup copies, 2 on 2 different physical media and 1 offsite, like a Dropbox or Google Drives. That way you never lose your save files. All right, here we go, this page. So now we have maybe. So there's 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. It is a 2x4. Okay, I wish I had that nail file. All right. So one of these, a brown, and then two 2x1s here, here. Dothack 0? I don't know. Maybe it's just going to be a whole new reboot. It's too early to say. Wait, no, not brown. I need black. 1, 2. Okay. Yes. Okay, there we go. So we got that, that, and those. And then right above it is 1, 2, and then brown, and then black. 1, 2, and then red. 1, 2, and black. And then 2 white. 1, 2. All right, let's start with that. Oh, man, this is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Nano blocks suck. I'll take a Lego any other day. Is that tapered? Yep, it's tapered. Okay. I think I'm going to need that nail file. found a nail file. Oh, which piece was it? I think it was this one. All right. Oh yeah, that works a lot better. Thanks for the suggestion. All right, where are we at? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this portion here is the base, but the one above it is offset. And so it looks like the row of black is on top of that row of brown. But then this red, black, and white go over these black ones here. Okay. I think I got it. All right. So now that's step 2. Step 3 has the flesh color. I'm assuming this is his hand or his wrist. And I do not have any. Okay. Do I have any? Yes, I do. So that's going to go over the white, I believe. Yep. Okay. And then next to that is a row of brown, which might need to be filed. All right, now try your tip here. I don't know if I can hold both of these at the same time, though. And I lost it. Oh, boy, I have no idea where that went. Is that it? Okay, I found it. Can't find a good way to hold it there and sand it down. Nope. All right. Where did that go? That. And it was this one. I'm assuming this is part of his glove. One. And I need another one. Two. Okay. And then a row of red. Wait, what? Red. Okay, maybe it's his hat. Maybe that's part of his cheek. Oh no, I dropped one. Need another red. Here we go. Nope, lost it. Okay, next red. And I lost it. And I lost it. Okay. So that goes there. Alright, so flesh, outline, hat, and then this is a row of black. And then a 2x4 top of that. Okay. And then part of his face, hair, hat outline, red for the hat, and then a black outline. This one? You want to know? I want to see Dothack paper crafts. I've seen some people do it a long time ago. Just haven't seen many of them in a long time. It'd be cool to see some official ones too. Oh, that was one right there. Whoops. All right. And then a row of red. How many reds is that? No, it is 3. Let's use this one. No, don't fall off. I saw someone make, I think it was an Azure Kite tri-edge papercraft. I don't know what the scale was, but I would assume it was maybe about smaller than this booklet. Probably right about there, if I remember right. That was the first and last time I ever saw a Dothack papercraft. All right. So now we're on, what's this, step 5? You're telling me my hands are big as it is. Getting carpal tunnel is just trying to hold on to one of these pieces. Okay, something's not sitting right here. Still? These things over here, these are all the brick pieces. You need to snap them off. They didn't just throw them loose in a bag like, you know, a regular Lego set would. A hardcover version of the Dothack Legend of the Twilight Omnibus. Someone's manga collection video once, but I can't find it listed. There's a softcover one. I have not seen or heard of a hardcover version of the omnibus. I do have a hardcover of the individual volumes. Okay, so now it's green. And it's brown. No, these are smaller than bacon bits. Bacon bits are bigger. Bacon bits are like this size, not this size. Okay, so it's green, brown, red. And it goes to green, brown, red, black, green, black. Black, green, black. So all these 2x1s, holy crap. I need to go on top of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, it's gonna fit. I hate these 2x1s. Just give me a Dothack block. That's Lego size. These are definitely choking hazard. Is there any choking hazard warnings on this thing? I'm gonna imagine one of these two giant warning signs might be about choking hazards for small children. And I'm assuming this 12 right here is referring to ages 12 and over. You have to have like a 12-year-old's hands to build this, that's for dang sure. Okay. Green, brown, red. The hardcover books being higher quality? I don't think they are. I can go grab one real quick. Okay, so this is volume 1 paperback and this is volume 1 hardback. And then this is volume 3 hardback and this is volume 3 paperback. Ugh. Now, whether they're higher quality, I don't think so. Papers still have that discolored yellow going on with them. I mean, the omnibus uses a stark white paper by comparison. But yeah, these hard books, I think that's better quality is the cover, obviously. But as for the pages themselves, I would say they yellowed more than the paperback versions. See? So I wouldn't say they're better quality. Kite, Nendoroid, and Pop-Up Parade. If I remember right, I think Nendoroid has a suggestion page where you can suggest a character and IP. I tried to push for that back in Dothack G last recode came out, but I don't know if many people actually submitted an entry. Or maybe it was Good Smile Company, which is owned by Nendoroid. Or Nendoroid is owned by Good Smile Company. Something like that. No, don't fall apart. Don't fall apart. Stay together. Hold it together. No, I'm losing this battle. No. There. 2x1 blacks. So, what was it? 4 years ago, maybe? My kid was 2 years old, turning 3. And right on his birthday, the night of, me and my family were just hanging out in the kitchen while my oldest and my youngest were in the living room. I would say maybe 10 feet away. And for whatever reason, he had a penny in his hand and he decided to put it in his mouth. And he decided to swallow it. We didn't know what to do, so we called the emergency hotline and one of my cousins, who happens to be a registered nurse, and asked, what do we do? They said, nothing, just let it pass. So we went to the emergency room anyways, and then the doctor said the same thing. Just keep an eye on the diapers. That was probably the most stressful night of my life. Apparently, the one thing to watch out for is if a kid has one of those watch batteries, those little coin ones, those are the ones you have to really panic about, because battery acids will break the protective metal, and then that could cause all kinds of stomach issues. But a penny, no. Your kid can swallow a penny and keep an eye on the diaper, and then that's about all you can do. All right, so we got 2 blacks, 2 yellows, 2 browns, a 2x4 white, but then followed up by 2x1 whites, and a 1x2 black. All right, so this portion here is going to be this portion up here. And none of these pieces are connected whatsoever. They're all loose. That concerns me. I'll see if I can flop it down on its side so you can see. There. All right, so now we got these pieces right next to it. It's going to be black, yellow, black. Okay, that looks easy. Okay. Mistral and Meryl's outfit looks more like pajamas to me. Looks less of like a jester and just the most comfortable Wave Master clothes you can imagine. So soft you can sleep with it. Okay, so the black ones are going to hang off. That's going to be awkward. How is any of this supposed to connect? Okay, sure. Right. Oh boy. What did I get myself involved with? Right? Okay, yeah. We are coming up on time. It's 11 o'clock already, so we're 2 hours into this live stream. So I don't think we're going to be able to finish this today. Let's see if we can just finish this arm for now. I'll tell you what though, after this experience, I do not ever want to do a nano building block Lego knockoff ever again. Oh no, that's skin colored. I've seen people do custom plushes of Dothack characters. Like, there's a Subaru one that matches the most recent plushes of the main protagonists of the 4 Dothack games or franchise entries. The Tsukasa, the Kite, the Haseo, and the Tokyo plushes. Someone on social media posted pictures of one they made in that style after Subaru. To see one in that style like Mistral, that would be pretty interesting. Now that Dothack is back, maybe they'll make more plushes. Just lost that again. I have no idea where that went. I'm going to be finding these pieces all throughout my house. Yep, definitely going to be finding them all throughout my house later. Especially with my cats. Alright, now I have to find out where that column went. What just fell? I do something wrong? Something's missing. Okay, something's wrong. It's this bottom layer. Also, I need to find out where that one piece went. Which I don't see anywhere, but it's 3 reds and then 1 black. Because I'll just remake it for now. Oh, wait, there it is. No, something else is wrong. Yeah, something's really wrong. What the heck happened? Yeah, I can't figure out what I did wrong. Well, let's see where we at. That's the hat. Well, let's see how this looks. According to this, I would go there. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. And this would go here. So, 2 hours in, this is pretty much a catastrophe. Things I learned about this, in case anyone's building this someday. Number 1, get small hands. If you have big hands, I guarantee you this will hurt. So find someone who's got small hands who can do this for you. Oh, where'd this come from? Number 2, you'll notice things like this right here happening where it just keeps popping off on its own. You don't have to touch it. And that's a friction issue. And that is partly caused by the fact that all these pieces, I have no idea where that popped off from. All these pieces are attached to a pre-injected mold that shoots the PVC or ABS or whatever plastic material this is made from. It's injected molded. You could see right here on the edge is the, I would assume, the spots where they shoot the molds through. So you have to snap off these from a stem, and the stem tends to leave burrs behind. One person suggested use a file. In some cases that did work. Unfortunately, get a better file than this, one that you can hold comfortably in your hands and they can get into the crevices easier. The file does help grab pieces, but it doesn't have the real good strength to hold it very long. In the end, you more end up slipping the pieces off, like just squeezing them out. So yeah, I would do glue. Unfortunately, this has 3 different options you can make your kite into. For example, I'm following instructions for step 1 or type A. Type B has his blades down and type C has no blades. So if you want to interchange your kite, you kind of not want to glue it together. Otherwise, if it was just only instructions for one, then yeah, I would definitely glue it because I would have no intention of taking it apart to build one of the other ones. So somewhere in here, there's pieces to build a grunty as well, which is this one down here. And then this is right here is the stand to hold up the backdrops. So the backdrops would be held on 2 of these little, what they called it, pedestals, where it just sits on it. And then your character would sit on this platform, this booklet, as the base. And Kite would sit on top of that. And then you'd put the platform right behind it with the little pedestals. And you would have a little scene. Let me just lay them down instead so you can see it. So that would be your scene. The intention of this Dothack block kit featuring Kite, as you see right back here. That would be your goal. Build whichever kite you wanted, display him how you want him on this platform here, and then you could change your cards out to one of the other ones. So you could do, for example, like this one, or you could do this one, and you would be standing right in front of it. Probably the Macanu would be the best one, in my opinion, because it actually says The World Revision 1 Aqua Capital Macanu Dothack. I mean, this says Dothack Block, and this just says Dothack Kite. Class Twin Blade Dothackers Leader. But that was the point of this little block that they released. Again, this came out in August 14th, 2015 at Comiket 88. So if you were in attendance there, you were able to purchase this little kit. I don't remember what the price was, and I don't think it says it on here. I can pull it up real quick online. Yeah, it doesn't say. But the price would have been... So it was 2,000 yen, and that would be right about $15 American. This one I got for less than $5 on a recent Dothack unboxing video. So you can watch that on YouTube at Dothack Network if you want to see this when I got it, as well as the other items in that video. But other than that, I don't believe I'm going to continue doing this today. Just because I'm short on time. I didn't expect this to go more than 2 hours. And we're already at the 2-hour mark, and we just keep running into problems, mostly friction. So, once again, reiterate, get good cutters. Cut them as tight as you can. File it down. You're going to have to use tweezers, not on these 2x4s, but when you get into the 1x2s, and by that I mean it is 1 row by 2 columns. And when I say 2x4, these are 2 rows and 4 columns. And that's all it is. It's just 1x2s and 2x4s. There's no other sizes in between, thank goodness. Because I swear if there were 1x1s, I would just be bashing my head up against the wall. Because I'm already struggling with just 2 different pieces, styles. I don't know what I did wrong. Something happened when I started putting this together. It didn't go right, so I'll have to take apart the base of this one and figure out what went wrong. And then I'll probably have to go back and file down the pieces off of this one to make them fit more, so that way they're not trying to pop out. And you could see right here where the brown is, it's not seated properly. It's trying to squeeze out. But anywho, that is Dothack Block. I want to thank you all for watching. My plan was to give this away, but I still need to complete it. So maybe in the next video, if I have the patience to finish it, we'll go ahead and do a giveaway for this one. I plan to keep my other one sealed and unopened, but for this